Hello, this is Jaci-O, and Benjamin. Benjamin has been so kind to give me the opportunity to serve him during the home buying process. Benjamin, from beginning to end, let's start with, talking to real estate agents, the difference between myself and, let's say, others you had talked to. You pointed that out early on.
Oh, most definitely. First thing right off the bat was being personable.
Yeah.
I've spoken to a few other real estate agents, and honestly, it was just the aura. It was the personality, trustworthiness. I just felt that I could trust you right off the bat. When we spoke, our first conversation had nothing to do with the house.
Right.
You asked questions on what I wanted and what I seeked out of it all.
Yeah.
And that right there, I knew.
I think, yeah. Well, and I think too, so when I was talking to Benjamin, he had some ideas of what he hoped to find, but after asking him questions, we both discovered that maybe his initial search wasn't going to be the best investment for him, short-term or long-term. And so then, because of the questions, I was able to, by God's grace, kind of guide him into other opportunities that would better suit his needs. And then he said to me that, another agent was like, oh, you won't find that. Oh, you won't get this. You won't do that. You're not doing this. But he didn't really take the time to explain to you why or what we needed to do to succeed.
Exactly.
And you came across a couple areas. We finally decided on a couple areas that he liked. And we evaluated the neighborhood, the future resale value, the floor plan of the home, the age of the home somewhat, and the functionality short-term and long-term. Benjamin has a job where he could be here a year or 3 years, or he could be gone sooner than that. We don't know. But we needed to make sure we had a good investment that would be desirable to rent or sell in the future. Okay, so we had multiple offers on another house, and we were disappointed about that. But in hindsight, I almost felt like it was a good thing because it had a lot more issues than we initially. Right? We would have had to put a lot more money into that than we thought, and it wouldn't have necessarily, the return in the future wouldn't have had the value. So what would you like him to say, my love, who's directing us?
No, Benjamin, pretty much now that you're closing tomorrow, what were your thoughts about the entire process? Did you think it was complicated? You think it has to do with working with somebody with experience?
It all comes down to your realtor. I mean, that determines the experience. And because my realtors were so amazing, so patient with me, this is my first home. So I asked a lot of questions, and it wasn't just showing me houses. You were teaching me about real estate. So it was much more than just a realtor. It was a mentor as well, and I really appreciate that. And with that being said, this process was smooth, and I've heard a lot of horror stories about house hunting. It can be very stressful, but it was smooth. We did this all in less than a month, right?
Yeah, I think so.
In less than a month from start to finish. And I just moved here a month ago, so that goes to show you we came, got on the ground running. So
right, and I would like it to end it with this. This home was not perfect. Okay, it has issues. There were multiple offers, but when you evaluate paying a little more for this one versus exponentially more for a different one, you have to know the market. And I would say he did his part by educating himself. After I gave him tools, gave him information, then he took them and he inculcated them and he evaluated them, so that when this time came, when we had to fight and evaluate if this was going to be a good thing, he was ready to do it. If you don't take those tools and you don't have the proper preparation, you won't be able to succeed in a multiple offer situation, because you're not going to value the home well enough to understand how to negotiate and how to fight for it. So there's still things we're going to do after closing, but that's better than another 20-30 grand right now on another house. So anyway, thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and hopefully you'll give us a call soon.
So who are you going to call if you buy your next home here in Corpus?
Jaci-O.
Jaci-O.
That's right.
All right. That was